Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Music Alerts. This time around I've got a book, not some books at all, a book. I have some CDs and a few pieces of vinyl. But first, let's look at the book. And this is it. It's a paperback entitled Don't Dream It Over, The Remarkable Life of Neil Finn, written by one Jeff Apter. It's published by Jawbone, spans 256 pages, and is priced at £16.95. This book looks at Finn's personal life, so we get to hear about Finn's first sexual encounter, for example, and the moment when the object of his passion, before the dirty deed was done, sprayed herself with insecticide. I don't know about you, but I can think of more complimentary moves, I have to say. Then there was the invite to the band Split Ends. Despite the fact that they liked him, he didn't play electric guitar, and that's what they really needed. So Finn had to learn, and he did feel, because of that, a bit out on a limb when he joined the band. He was the new guy. He was the guy who bought the sandwiches, for example. His amp was pushed to the side of the stage in case his guitar playing sounded embarrassing. He felt like a trainee. He felt, and I quote, like Linda McCartney. Then there was Crowded House and the fights and the punch-ups and the arguments. There was also the smashed guitars over broken drums, people being pushed downstairs. The life of the stars, basically. Then there was the appearance of Fleetwood Mac, or his appearance with them, rather. Why? Well, Fleetwood Mac's Lindsey Buckingham was kicked off a tour. Why? Well, he wanted to finish his solo album. Would have taken him another 3 months. The rest of the band said, no thank you, you're out. And then they rang Neil Finn. So Finn turns up as a 60-year-old man, still the kid in a group of geriatrics. Finn said it was good to be the baby again, which was the situation when he joined the band Split Ends. So he squared the circle after all. Why did Finn join Fleetwood Mac? Well, basically because Finn got drunk with Mick Fleetwood back in 1999. They almost started their own group back there and then, and Mick Fleetwood didn't forget it. Oh, and in amongst that lot, you also get to hear about Finn's own later projects. This is a solid book that trips along at pace. It does not go into tremendous depth. There's no hand-wringing analysis here, no dark night of the soul. It's more like a third-person diary or a travelogue of life, and on that score, it's enjoyable. Next, we have 2 pairs of CDs from the German outfit Coco Mojo. This initial pair is called Black Pearls, and it's a long-running series of CDs that's now hit volumes 6 and 7. They arrive in multi-gatefold sleeves and feature a compilation of 28 songs from a whole host of different artists, all black artists, including people like Dave Turner, T-Bone Walker, Dolores Ware, Jimmy Witherspoon, and Otis Blackwell. But there is more. Another 2 CDs from the same label, featured in similar style sleeves, also with 28 tracks each, called Blues Meets Doo Wop. That's now reached volumes 3 and 4. I have already featured 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure, in a past Music Alerts. This series celebrates the fact that artists from both genres used to appear on the same label and often in the same live shows. Featured artists here include the Dell Vikings, Albert King, and the Clovers. From the UK now, and the label Repertoire, comes John Mayall and Live in France, 1967 to 73. This is a 3-disc package, and when I say 3 discs, I mean 2 CDs and a DVD. And they arrive in a jewel case surrounded by this rather fetching O-card, and they include archival content from French TV. You also get a 22-page booklet. It's a very nice package indeed. This is the first official release of these archives, and they have been remastered, and they feature the likes of Mick Taylor, a young Mick Taylor, Keith Hartley, Dick Henschel-Smith, and many others. The original cuts vary widely in quality, as you might expect, but in general terms, considering the age and the source, they work well and they are soaked in atmosphere. From Josh Rennie Hynes comes a new CD, electropop, dream pop, you could say, called Light Shade, from what looks like a private production, Hynes' own label perhaps, although I don't really see any names here. The CD itself is wholly derivative. You've heard this before on Radio 1 and any other daytime radio program. It sounds like 3,000 other recent pop releases, so that means originality, innovation, imagination, boldness and ingenuity all packed their bags and took a trip to the coast for a holiday, at least they did with this CD. Although I have to say, that's half the point of a modern pop record. Well, a pop record from any era, I have to say, because many successful pop outings take production elements that have proven popular in the recent past, that have hit a nerve in the wallet, and also work in a chart-tastic manner. And then they replicate those ingredients to form a sort of Me Too album that will hopefully, for them anyway, reap some profit off the back of what's gone before. And that's what Rennie is hoping for here with this CD, even though I'd completely forgotten what this album sounded like 3 seconds after I'd listened to it. The wonderfully named Lobster Basque replica from the Fisheads via the UK label Fruits de Mer offers you on side A whole host of covers from the likes of Syd Barrett's See Emily Play all the way down to Mighty Baby's Egyptian Tomb. And then when you flip over to side B, what you get then is a single track taking Leonard Bernstein's Something's Coming from West Side Story and then kind of running with it and the orchestration and the style and moving into rather darker psychedelic rock, and very nice it is too. Intriguing stuff. Next, well, arriving with a separate 32-page high-gloss lyric booklet is Spearmint's This Candle Is For You, the band's 10th album release. I note a Bandcamp link, and I'll put that below, and you can see that in the description. Sounding a little like the band Grand National, this one has a tight, quite pleasing vocal harmony delivery. This one has been produced by Rodri Marsden from Scritti Politti. It has a melodic, rather late-night, low-light, out-of-sight delivery that's very appealing. A quick one now, and a big thank you to Ninja Tune, who saw my recent coverage of this album, the Cinematic Orchestra's Man with a Movie Camera. If you saw it yourself, the video that is, you will recall that my courier decided to use it as part of an origami night school course. It was bent, it was broken, and it was bothered. So the label sent me this, completely unbent. Nice replacement indeed. Very kind, and thank you. And finally, from eWorks and Pias comes Essential Eels Volume 2 from Eels, called Eels So Good. It arrives on 2 slabs of translucent green vinyl, stored within a gatefold sleeve and featuring 3 previously unreleased tracks. Oh, and I like this, the promo flash on a supplied outer plastic sleeve. So you get to keep everything intact. You don't have to rip off the shrink wrap and then you lose all those little sort of flash promo stickers, and what do you do with them? Do you put them inside the gatefold? And half of them fall out anyway. They're all over the place. So I like this solution. Well done. And that's it, folks. That's your lot. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. If I can ask you down below, if you can click on the like and subscribe buttons, it will help this channel a whole heap. Also, further down there are links to my website, my Patreon page, where you can find hi-fi news, etc., a video series which is exclusive to Patreon. Also, what else have we got? We've got my Facebook group, which you're welcome to join, and all the bits and pieces, social media links, and all that jazz. Anyway, I will be back on Sunday with a hi-fi review. Something digital, I think I can safe to say, and I hope to have your company then. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.